Hey, what's up? This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com. This is a uh, complaint, United States United States District Court for Middle District of Florida against Gregory J. Boone. This individual um, was selling information and he was also filing information where where he made the claim that you can pay your debts with a 1099-A form, and he also used the OID form. So I'm making this available to you to see this. It's not like I'm trying to be like I told you so and all of that stuff. I'm not that type of person. I want to give you the information so you can see what is happening to people who are using this claim, making these claims that you can pay your debts with a 1099-A. And I can tell you that some people may not get prosecuted, but everyone, 100% of the people, are being sued to pay money that they either took by using this information from the Treasury, from the United States Treasury, or from creditors who they stopped paying, and it was accidentally placed in there that they did pay using a payment coupon or this 1099-A form or a OID form. Uh, they ended up, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year later, getting sued. And we, as a credit repair company, have had to help these individuals with settlements so they didn't either lose personal property or just to be able to work their way out of that situation. So that's why I make these videos. It's not to try to prove someone wrong with this. So let's look right here. It says here under C in the complaint, I'm also going to put a link to this actual complaint. It says here that, and you can read here, advertising, marketing, or otherwise promoted any false, misleading, deceptive tax positions in any media, including a website, for the purposes of assisting or inciting taxpayers to unlawfully evade the assessment or payment of federal income taxes, including the positions that taxpayers can draw on the Treasury of the United States to pay their tax debt or other debt using Forms 1099, bonded promissory note, site draft, or any documents. Under here, number two, the issuance of a Form 1099 by a taxpayer to a creditor allows the taxpayer to claim that he or she has withholdings of tax income in the amount of the 1099 of Form 1099 issued by the taxpayer. Or number three, taxpayer have an account, possibly a secret account with the Treasury Department, which they can use to pay their debts or which they can draw on for refunds through a process that is often called commercial redemption. It says here in instructing or assisting others to hinder or disrupt the enforcement of internal revenue laws by instructing or assisting them to file, and then you got that twice, file frivolous returns based on commercial redemption or other frivolous arguments. So you can see there, uh, really, I could just stop right there, but I want to get to the part about the OID. And again, I'm going to place this up so you can read it. Okay, right here, proper reporting procedures for certain income and tax withholdings. The IRS requires that certain entities file documents called information returns. These documents provide the IRS information about, for example, money paid to an individual taxpayer by the entity and any federal income tax that the entity withheld. A common information return is the Form W-2 that an employer files with the IRS to report income paid to an employee and federal income tax withheld on an employee's behalf. Another information form is the 1099 OID, which is used to report original issue discount, OID, income from any federal income tax withheld from the income. OID income refers to the difference between the discount price at which the debt instrument is sold at issuance and the stated redemption price at maturity. For example, if a taxpayer buys for 950 a 10-year bond with the stated redemption price at a maturity of 1,000, the OID is $50. The taxpayer must account for the interest that occurs during each of the 10 years towards the ultimate $50 of the OID interest. Although the taxpayer does not actually receive their interest each year, it must be reported on the taxpayer's income tax return each year. This is something that I talked about in another video, that this is only for tracking all of these documents. I've submitted them for my company, for companies that that I've worked with. I've All of these documents are used for tracking to make sure the IRS is getting information reported them that to them for income or for interest, any of this stuff. And I think a lot of the people that are making these videos, and I'm not trying to, again, I want to say that I'm not saying it to make someone to be like, I got you or you're wrong, this and that. I think that a lot of the people that are involved with doing this stuff is not, they don't actually work in business, because anyone that is doing business and you're dealing with these different forms, you will see that the IRS is making you report on different forms. Most people are familiar with the W-2. Most people are familiar with reporting interest using your any interest that you paid on your mortgage. There's a form specifically for that. And also people are probably uh, uh, depending on what type of vehicle you have. There was a form for me with my RV that I have. There's also a form with the electric vehicle, which my wife has, and there's also a form if you know, are paying your not, your insurance for medical insurance. There's actually a form now, uh, since the Affordable Care Act was put into place. There's an actual form that they give you rather than you just stating that you're paying paying your premiums for your medical insurance. So there's different forms, and they're using this to track to see who's claiming what, from where, from who. Um, Another one is that they changed that was not done the same way in the past, was credit card transactions. In the past, you just had to state that your income, but now they make you actually put in the 1099 NEC form that you get from the credit card processing company, because they want to make sure that you're claiming the full amount that you process with credit cards. So this is stuff that I think, if you're not familiar, you don't run a business, you haven't been filling out all of these different forms. When you see something like this, it seems like, wow, that's something new, and maybe it is possible. That's why people think that it's possible. So I'm going to leave this up. We can see here where he talked about my straw man works for me. They actually put in here where they're answering to that. I'm not sure if any of you did anything with this with the LLC had FI F I'm sorry PHI LLC. This was back in 2009, so maybe none of you are dealing with him now. Uh, there was websites where they had, and I see this coming around. There's a couple that is doing this right now. They had this here, this notary acceptor which what they use to notarize the information that they were getting. There was a website that they use validate the debt, which is something that they were using to, I guess, validate the debt, and then free my loan, which is another website. So if you had any of these, if you did anything with them, which I don't think most people did, this was from a while back. It says here, Boone's electronic file tax forms such as a Form 1099 OID through the FIRE system with the IRS, which is, I guess, a system that you can submit documents. Those forms showed fabricated amounts of taxes withheld. And so I know a lot of people are going to try to say that he was doing it with fraud to defraud the with the returns. I haven't seen anyone else. I haven't seen anyone else that would not put an amount that they did not uh, pay, because it would be impossible for you to try to get a return on an amount that you did not pay. And that's basically, from everyone that I've been seeing do this stuff, that's basically what they've been doing. To date, it said to date, Boone has filed at least 4,915 false tax forms electronically through the FIRE system using either his transmitter number or a number issued to F, PHI LLC. At least 8 refunds were erroneously issued to taxpayers totaling $1,262,187.01. The forms OID 1099 OID falsely stated the federal taxes were withheld in the equivalent amount of income purported paid or received by the customer. So you can see he actually got some other people in trouble. Let's see here. Here's an example. 2010, Mr. Henry T. Thompson of Knoxville, Tennessee, did a 1040 for a 2006 tax return, falsely claimed that Johnson earned an interest income in 2006 of 396,000. The $736 income figure was based on two bogus forms, 1099 OID showing purported original issue discount income totaling $396,500.94 electronically through PHI LLC transmittal number on March 29, 2010. So you can see that here's another one here, Mr. Zachary J. So they don't just leave it up to the person who filed them. They actually start going after the people too. So these individuals did get in trouble also. It's not just the person who's filing it. So this person here filed federal income tax, falsely claimed that he earned interest income in the amount of $581,919. The bogus forms 1099 OID filed through Boone's transmittal number. So you can see there. So these people ended up getting in trouble. So I'm going to place this on there. You can look through the whole complaint so you can see that, this will probably answer a lot of questions, because it's got the straw man, because everybody's talking about the straw man, and everybody's talking about the 1099A form, and everybody's talking about the 1099. Well, people always talk about 1099C, and then people talk about the OID form. All right, this is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com. If you need help with your credit, you need help with the settlements that you're going to have to do, offer and compromise with the IRS for getting money that was not supposed to be given to you, you're going to probably have to contact our office, and we got to see how you can submit that. To date, any one of these that come in, the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to take property. Any property that you purchase using the money, they're going to take that first, and then they're going to do the offer and compromise on the remaining amount. But it's going to be a very tough fight. I can tell you it's going to be a very tough fight to get that offering compromised. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes Us Different, where you can see my 8-point validation process, my two-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com and grab those. We'll do reviews if you get them from that service. That's how I also monetize the channel. If you have debt collectors coming after you, please grab my three letters. Use the one that's appropriate to the situation that you have in front of you. The cease and desist collection activities letter for debts that are not past the legal statute of limitations to collect. My debt validation letter and my statute of limitations letter for to be used for debts that are past the legal statute of limitations to collect. And just so you know, you do not have to validate any debt that is past the legal statute of limitations to collect. Thank you for your time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you post your comments, questions. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of the creditrepairshop.com. Thank you.